So now I am recording. Oh, and look, we just had like a ton of other people decide to hop on and join us. So I guess that reminder was a good thing to send out.
Oh my God.
Jamie, I am so muting you until you start talking. I love you.
Yeah, please do.
Oh my goodness, it's so funny. So I decided I wanted to ask Jamie to get on tonight because Jamie is super duper red. For those of you guys that don't know the color personalities, and you hear us say like people are red or whatever, basically red are the very competitive. Sometimes people can say you're just more aggressive when it comes to your business, I would say. But reds are also very goal driven and money driven at times. And I'm going to tell you guys what I do on a daily basis and what I do in this business. Yes, I am red because yes, I am here to make money, but I do have a lot of yellow. And Stacy, when I was talking about being red, she said, yes, be red, but not crying Amanda red. Because she knew that yellow always comes out when I start telling stories, right? But I'm going to be very honest, and I'm going to go over some different things. But I asked Jamie to hop on here as well because she is very, very red. And I think that she and I, have talked about different things and so forth. And we definitely know that people need to hear it, guys. Sometimes people need to hear it. And I just want to say, because there's always somebody sometimes that, gets offended whenever you're red. And I don't know who's unmuted, but I'm going to try to mute you. That background noise. You guys know my ADHD is like, can't do it. So I think it's important. Some people get offended when reds talk. And the reason why people get offended when reds talk is because a lot of times they tell you things that you don't want to hear, but you need to hear. Okay. And I am going to be very, very brutally honest with you. Sarah and Giselle did a live earlier today in Pace Setters, and I need to make sure I share that to Level Up as well, because it was a really, really good live. And they talked about VIP 800, VIP 1600. They talked about people talking about there being a slow season and so forth. And they said something on there that really struck me, and which actually is what led me to what our topic was going to be tonight. You guys, you cannot rely on your downline to work your business. You cannot rely on your upline to always be there in order for you to work your business. You have to get up and work your business. Period. End of story. Nobody says, hey, Amanda, did you post on the team page today? Hey, Amanda, did you follow up with your customers? Hey, Amanda, did you reach out to your leaders? Did you have communication with them today? Hey, Amanda, did you post on social media today? Hey, Amanda, did you thrive today? Hey, Amanda, did you try to learn something new? Did you do personal development today? Did you get on Paul's call because you saw it posted? I'm going to tell you guys, I didn't sit around the house all day. My toilet broke. We had water spraying all over the darn place. I had to go down to Morgantown, and then we sat in traffic for like ever. And then I had to go and get my daughter's soccer supplies and go and try to find her school clothes at 3 different stores that didn't have her size. We picked up something to eat. We came back home, and my husband fixed the toilet. My daughter had softball practice, and here I am. And I have still done a hell of a lot for my business today. Okay. And I'm just going to be very brutally honest with you. If your business is not doing very well right now, it's because you're not. Okay. And I know that sounds like brutal. And I'm not talking about like you just aren't having any growth. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if you are plugging in, and chances are if you're on the Zoom, this doesn't affect you. Okay. Because you're doing it. You are doing what it takes. Okay. And there's some people that can't be on the Zoom because either they're at work, y'all, listen, I used to miss Zooms all the time because they were during the nighttime and I worked at 7 p.m. till 7:30 the next day. But by golly, you better bet your butt I would check the Zoom recording, right? So this isn't going for the people that are going to listen to this Zoom or the people that are going to check the Zoom tomorrow. But it does come down to when you hear people talk about discouragement or they're not growing very quickly, or maybe, you know, there's not as much growth happening. Now, can you control the fact if all your team quits under you and your volume is not where it should be? You can't control that, guys. 100%. You cannot control that. Okay. But what you can control are the actions that you decide to do. So when I say, is your business in the shitter, it's your fault. Please understand, I'm not saying that shit doesn't happen. Okay. I'm not saying that sometimes you're going to get the crap into the stick because like an entire leg falls off or something. I'm not telling you that. In fact, some of you guys maybe don't even have any active working promoters right now. And that's okay. Because here's the thing. You get to start fresh. You get to start new, and you get to decide that why can't I go and help people? Why can't I? I have the exact same tools. The only difference between people that just are getting started and people that have been in for a while, okay? The only difference is that the people that have been in for a while, if they have like experience in this industry, they have networks and they continuously have people coming in, okay? They continuously are already doing the action steps that most people don't already know to do. Like a brand new person has that initial excitement, okay, when they join. Sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. I've signed many more people, guys, that have signed up and never done a thing than I have signed up and wanted to work the business. That's just going to happen. It's just going to happen. And I can tell you, there's not much you can do about it. You can direct them. You can help them. One of the things that I learned and why I don't sign as many promoters as I used to sign, or distributors in my previous company, is because I find out if somebody wants to work the business first. If they don't want to work the business, they're never added to chats. They're never added to team pages. They're not added to anything. Do I want people to sign up for the business if they don't want to work the business? No, but if I'm offering a special and they decide that they want to take it with the understanding that they're not going to work the business, I'm not going to tell them no. I mean, it sucks. I'm not going to lie. I would rather them be a customer, but sometimes it happens. But I'm not going to pressure them to work a business that they don't want to work, because you're just going to get frustrated with working with people that don't want to work, guys. Like, that sucks. That sucks the life out of you. And I hear people talk about, you know, when we're training, like, you know, why am I not having people go VIP 800? Well, who are you looking for? Who are you trying to get into your business? Because here's the deal, guys. If you are not looking for people that want to work the business, chances are you're going to spend more time answering questions. They're not plugging into the training. You're repeating yourself. And that's just not fun. You want to work with people that want to work with you. So when you're putting out that, you know, you have these opportunities, you have this, make sure those people want to work, or refer them to be a customer. So this is August, guys, and I'm going to tell you, I can see across the board, there are so many people that are very checked out right now. Partially, some people are very checked out right now because of school getting started. Some people have been really checked out due to, you know, everything that had happened with Shanann last week, and then today. And first, I want to also put out there and make sure to pass this along to all of you guys. You guys, there are very mean people out there, okay, that are very nasty, and you are going to see comments, and you are going to see accusations, and you are going to see everything under the sun trying to point fingers in every which direction about stuff they know absolutely nothing about. You have two choices. You can either move on knowing that stuff is like this kind of accusations and things are coming from people that are you know, they just don't know. They don't know all the pieces and they're just speculating. Or you could comment, and that's not going to lead to any good. Okay, it's not going to lead to any good. And if you notice, I have said, like, while I have shared posts and I have shared the process of everything that's going on, you will notice I don't have any negative comments on my post at all, in regards to people saying, oh, it's the Thrive patch, it made him go crazy, or anything like that, because that's a bunch of crap. Okay. Or, oh, those people in MLM, they're all in the no, no, no. Are there people in MLM in the negative? Hell yeah, there are. I got a crap ton of debt from my last company, but it wasn't because of the company, guys. It was because I didn't spend appropriately. It was honestly, I can never blame my previous company for the amount of debt that I was in when I left that company. Did my income drop? Absolutely, it did, which meant, guess what, guys? I was living well above my means. All right. I did not manage my money. I was spending my money, and that is what led to debt. Personal accountability. We have to be accountable, right? But also, one last thing, and then I'm not talking about this anymore. And you guys, this is kind of a touchy topic, and then I'll move on, I promise. But because everybody knows about everything going on and everything, you guys, and I have not seen our team do this, but I just want to put it out there as like a very, it is a very sensitive matter, guys, right now. Okay. Please do not try to sell your business in reference in any way, shape, or form, anything to do with what's happened with this young lady and her kids and this nasty son of a bitch. Excuse my mouth. Okay. Do not reference your link in any way, shape, or form, anything to do with your business, trying to sell, sign, anything in regards to that is disgusting, and it's distasteful. And I've not seen anybody on our team do it, thank God. But just don't, it's just not the time or place, not at all, any way, shape, or form. Because a lot of people are seeing Thrive. They are seeing Lavelle now more than they ever have, because a lot of people are like, what are those stickers? What is this? What is it? Right? So I want to tell you guys, on the flip side of that, a lot of people that didn't know about us are now like, what is that? And it's not all bad. Okay. It's not all bad, but I want to make sure our team always stays respectful and tasteful, and we just don't go that route in any way, shape, or form, because I do not want to be associated with anybody that would take advantage of a situation like this for their own personal gain. Okay. With that said, okay, let's move on. Let's move on from that business. I just wanted to make it very clear what's not okay, what is not okay in that respect. So, Jamie, let's talk. I'm going to have Jamie talk for a minute, because I'm just like fired up. Okay. Let's see if she can unmute.
Can I do it? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, Jamie, first off, what would you want to tell people about, I said this is going to be red. What would you tell people on a daily basis, like, for their business? Because here's the thing, guys, and I'm going to let Jamie fill this in here in just a second, but you guys, we have to be accountable for what we're doing. We have the tools. We have team pages. We have chats. We have active, incredible leadership throughout this entire team. And like I said, leadership to me is not a rank. Okay. I don't care if you don't have a single person. If you are acting as a leader and helping people, guiding people, being somebody that is giving information, cheering each other on, then you are a leader in my eyes. Okay. So, Jamie, what would you say is something that you notice that you feel like is such a critical aspect in people growing during this time of the year, particularly, and keeping their focus and going into the fall season, that would help them finish out like this month strong and going into the fall? Jamie hates me right now because I didn't tell her that question.
Well, yeah, no, it's fine. Well, first of all, I'm just going to say sorry now if I keep sniffling or if my voice cuts out. I have like a little bit of a cold, and I'm like, I keep sniffling. My throat's all itchy, so I just had to throw that out there. Um, but I think that what is important all the time, it doesn't really matter what season you're in your business, is consistency. I think that you always have to be working your business and connecting with people. And I think that, I could say make sure that you're posting consistently on social media and stuff, but one thing that I've really learned lately too is that not everybody is a social media guru. Some people are so much better at talking to people in person, or some people are so much better about getting people on the phone. Whatever it may be, we all have a different way of working our business. I think that it's a good idea to work your business in every way. I think that you should use social media. I think that you should talk to people face to face, all of the things. But I just think that obviously staying consistent, you have to always stay consistent. You have to always be making those connections because, as a lot of you guys know, sometimes it takes people forever to actually order from you or to, join your team. Like, I have people that have literally watched me for years, like I think it's been over 6 years now that I've been in network marketing, and I have people that I think were probably my friend like back within my first year of our previous company, and like, they've just recently joined me. So, I mean, sometimes it seriously takes people forever, but people are always watching you. You just never know when it's going to be the right time for them. So I just think always building your network, always talking to more people, because you just never know when somebody is going to join. You're going to find people that are going to literally join you right away. Somebody may message you and order from you that night or join your team that night, but I think for most people, at least for me, it takes people a while. They're going to think about it. They're going to save up money. They're going to talk with so-and-so about it first. They're just going to talk themselves out of it 50 million times before they do it. So I just think always reminding people that you're here, you love these products, you're working your business, because if you do stop being consistent, if that person decides they're ready to join or they're ready to place an order, and say you haven't posted for a while or you haven't talked to them in a while and kept that relationship going, like, they may go find somebody else. So, I mean, I just think that that is something that's always important, is always making those connections with people, however works best for you.
And I'll tell you what, guys, I actually followed Jamie before like when I was part of my previous company. I followed Jamie for a long time, and we never actually became friends until actually I think it was when my dad was sick, wasn't it, Jamie? No, 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 no. It was a little bit before my dad. It was before that. It was before that. But anyways, I remember, Jamie had suffered a loss, and we had connected during that time. It was the same time that my dad was diagnosed, like literally the same weekend that my dad was diagnosed and going through stuff, that Jamie had suffered a loss. And then something that really stuck out to me was when my dad was in the hospital, Jamie had reached back out to me and to see how I was doing, hanging in there and things like that. And we had developed a friendship, right? So fast forward, when I decided to join, Lavelle, we had built a friendship there, and we had built something that was, deeper than just the surface of, hey, let me like your post or let me comment on that. We had built a friendship. And so when I did join, Jamie, while I wasn't anywhere on her previous team or anything like that, she felt comfortable reaching out to me and asking me because she had a level of trust with me. So I want you guys to realize that takes a time for people. So there's a lot of you guys that have, this is your first network marketing company, and you maybe have been in a month and people aren't, replying. But what you have to understand is that if you are constantly sharing things to the same people, and you are constantly talking to the same people, and you're not growing your network actively, you guys, I can tell you, I very much lean towards social media because that is where I know I am strongest at. Okay. But I have people that I have seen kill it at expos and putting out different lead generation boxes at like tanning salons, nail salons, different types of mom and pop stores, leaving a box and just having people leave their name and number if they're interested, and doing like a raffle once a week and things like that. Like I've seen people, word of mouth, talking to people. I've seen people grow their business exponentially, like doing those methods. And while I don't personally, I've never signed a single soul from an expo, and I've done a crap ton of them. Okay. I I don't know why. I cannot tell you the secrets there, but there's some awesome people that are great at expos. I know, hold on, let me mute people real quick. I know that Aubrey was telling me, and I'm not sure what her name is, but she's a newer promoter, and she literally just signed or sold like 15 minis at her expo and signed all kinds of free customer accounts and went, Heather, yes, Heather. And she sold like 15 minis at her expo. She went VIP. I mean, it's just like, that's where it tells me like that is such a huge thing. Okay. And there's so many different ways that you can build your business. If social media is just like so challenging, don't worry about it. Like you can do this in baby steps. Okay. But if you are only working social media, so I'm just going to pretend for a moment, and then I'm going to ask Jamie the same question. I'm going to pretend for a moment you message me and you say, Amanda, I don't know, like I'm discouraged. I don't know what I'm not doing right. I'm posting, I'm talking to people, but nobody's joining me. I'm going to first say, okay, are you mainly working social media? Is that your main way of building your business? Yes. Okay. Are you doing Facebook, Instagram? What are you doing? Facebook. Okay. I'm going to say, is it okay if I go and take one look at your Facebook real quick? In fact, a couple of you guys have reached out to me and asked me, okay? Please not everybody after the Zoom reach out and ask me to do this, because I'm telling you what I'm going to tell you if you message me, okay? I'm going to say, when I go to your Facebook, is it public? That's the first thing I'm going to look at, because if it's not public, I'm probably not going to see it if I'm not your friend. And I cannot tell you the countless number of people that I have signed as customers, promoters, distributors in my previous business, asked me questions, became my friend because of a post that one of their friends shared, because I wasn't just friends only. You guys, if somebody shares your post and you're friends only, it does not show up on their friends' timelines. Okay? So if you're trying to get people to share stuff and all you're doing is posting to friends, it's not going to work. Okay. So I'm going to look. Does that mean that there are people, guys, that work as teachers and they can't have stuff, all their stuff public? There are people that have occupations, police officers, a lot of times, that can't have all of their stuff public. But here's the thing, no matter what the guidelines are, whatever, right? As long as you can make certain posts public. All right. And that's what I want to tell you guys. Does that mean you just make Thrive posts public? No. Maybe you do an interactive post. Who cares if some weirdo that doesn't know you sees your interactive post, guys, that's asking like, should I wipe my butt today? Like, seriously, what does that matter? Okay. So here's if it's your kids, guys, do it to your friends only. That's fine. Okay. Like, you don't have to let the world see everything, but I mean, I keep most of my stuff public. I just don't ever use my active location tags, or ever talk about my kids' schools or anything like that. Right. So, I'm going to look at your Facebook and I'm going to say, okay, am I on like Thrive overload here? Because sometimes that's all you see. And you're like, no, what are you? You're not going to be relatable at all, guys, if all you post is thrive, 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 thrive. All right. So I'm going to look at your page and I'm going to see your comments and your likes. It's just like my eyes go right towards those comment and likes. If I don't see comments and likes, guess what it tells me? That you aren't commenting and liking on anybody else's stuff either. If you have no comments and likes, I want you to think about the last time that you intentionally went out of your way to go and like and comment on somebody that's just not naturally showing up in your newsfeed. Like you looked up their name, and you thought of them, and you wanted to see how their day was going. All right, so be intentional there, because what's going to happen then is your stuff is going to start popping up in their news feeds. You want to make sure, I'm going to look at how many friends you have, if I can see that. Sometimes I can't see that if your friends are hidden. Sometimes I'm going to see that. And if I notice that you have like barely any friends, I'm going to instruct you of a challenge to start adding at least minimum 5 to 10 friends a day. And you're going to say, where do I find those friends? I say, well, look at places. Do you have your school listed on your profile? No, go add it. If you don't, I mean, you don't have to show that on your timeline, but add it, because if they, listen, guys, just the same as you're searching people, there's other people searching for you. So go and add your school that you went to high school with, that you went to college at, places, things like that that used to work. I'm not saying go leave that all public, because you can't see any of the places I used to work. In fact, people would probably think I was crazy if they looked at all the jobs I've had, because I've had quite a bit. And you know, I'm going to tell you to start with friends, people that you went to school with, people that you worked with, people that live in your hometown, people that live in the city that you live in now, people that go to places that you frequently visit, people that have stuff in common with you, right? So that's where I'm going to tell you to start friending. And you're going to be like, yeah, but what if they message me and say, I don't know you, Amanda? Then you say, okay, well, I thought you looked cool, but it's all right if you don't want to be my friend. I mean, who's going to say no to that, right? But no, seriously. But if I go to your page, guys, and I see like you're saying like I'm listening, I'm watching Zooms, I'm doing calls, I'm going to ask you, what was the last Zoom you were on? Tell me something that you learned from it. Many times I don't get a response on that one. When was the last time you were on an online event or invited somebody to an online event? Don't like the ones we have, do one yourself. It's an easy fix. If you don't like it, you can just make one yourself. Okay. So I want to encourage you guys, like if you're having struggles, I asked a question the other day, and then I'm going to have Jamie answer the same thing. I asked this question the other day: how many of you all have shared your Thrive experience with Lavelle, like, and had it on the fan page? If you have not, why haven't you? Go do it. You don't need me to challenge you or to tell you to go do it, but go do it, right? Share your testimony and what it's done for you. Don't have weight loss? Don't worry about it. Who cares? When I submitted my Thrive experience, I actually had gained like 50 pounds, right? It was nothing to do with weight loss that I shared, but I still submitted, all right? Because I know that I want my friends and family to see, and whenever everybody is sharing my picture, my story all across Facebook, that is validation to your friends that you are serious about what you're doing, okay? The other thing was I asked about three-way chats, three-way calls, and minis. And I saw a lot of people say minis, but I didn't see a lot of people say three-way chats or three-way calls. You guys, I cannot tell you time and time again, do I do a three-way chat with every person I talk to? No. But I can tell you that a lot of the ladies that are on here right now that signed up with me, whether they realize it or not, were definitely in a third-party validation, whether it was a Zoom, it was almost all Zooms, right? Because they wanted more than I could just give them. So I connected them with Lisa or Jamie. And you know, that was my third. It wasn't a call. It wasn't a chat. It was, here, let's jump on a Zoom. Okay. So I want you guys to realize that you need to, sometimes you're not going to know all the answers. Does that mean you need to connect everybody? No, please don't call me and just throw me on the phone with a three-way call about somebody I know nothing about and they know nothing about why they're even on the call. Don't do that. But if you're talking to somebody and you're like, I don't know what to say to them, where do I go with this? Screenshot your conversation of what they said and what you said. Send it to your upline. If they don't answer you, go to another upline. Hell, guys, go to your sideline if your uplines are busy and you can't get a hold of them. Go somewhere, okay? Go somewhere and ask them, hey, how would you respond to this? And I promise you, somebody is going to help you. Hell, post on the Level Up page or Pacesetters or something if you just don't know how to respond. It is going to help you grow. And then guess what? You're going to learn from the way that your upline tells you to answer, and the way they tell you to find stuff or learn stuff or so forth. So I promise you, we're not just blowing smoke up your butt. So Jamie, I want, will you share what you tell somebody if they are struggling? Like what things do you tell them or ask them, I guess I should say, because I'm just like raring off different stuff about things that I do if somebody messages you.
Am I unmuted? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If somebody messages me and they feel like they're struggling, I think one of the very first things that I make sure of is that they are actually using the products and feeling great themselves, because I've found a few times that people come to me, they're struggling, and they're not even truly using Thrive, or they're not being consistent with it or whatever. So I think that that's important, because I think that we all know when Thrive makes us feel incredible, it's easy to go talk about it and share that, right? So I think that that's definitely one thing. I mean, you made a lot of good points too. I think that you have to be honest with yourself too. Are you, like, if you're struggling, I guess, to get people to sign up, I know one thing that I say to people is, what are your conversations like? Because in a business like this, it is all about what we say. And that's something that, when I first started network marketing 6 years ago, I'm sure my messages to people were just awful. I'm sure that
Mine were.
I'm sure I threw up on them all the time, or, I probably didn't sound like I really knew what I was talking about or something. And that's something that, when you are new in the business, don't worry if you're not that great. That's another reason why these group messages or three-way calls work really well, because you're not going to know everything right away. You're not going to know how to say everything right away. But this business is a lot about how you explain something. And it's also a lot about your excitement and your confidence in what you're selling. I cannot express enough just the way, like, that you talk to somebody, even if it's through a text message, a Facebook message, whatever, that if
Where was that?
I don't know.
I'm going to mute. Hold on a second. Let me mute and then unmute you.
Okay.
God, that ADHD, man, it's bad. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I muted
Okay.
myself back. Okay, but yeah, I can't express enough about how important it is to be confident in what you have to offer people. Because, like I said, it's like you could give somebody the same info about Thrive or the same pricing as I do or something, but maybe that person would sign up with me because, not saying like you know what I mean, like maybe my message would work because it's just the way the wording is.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think sometimes you have to work with people on your team too to help them with how they're talking to people, because it's all about how you talk to people, how you talk to people, how you explain things. Like the other day, it was the Zoom with not a Zoom, it was the live with Giselle and Twin, where they were talking about, like, just the wording about the auto shipment and how not to just go cancel your auto shipment, but there's no auto shipment commitment, and just the wording with different things. Like I said, it is just all about how you explain things to people. So that's something that you can work on, though. If you feel like you're not good at that, you can always get better at that. So, but that's something that I talk with people about. Sometimes I'll have people send me screenshots of how their conversations are going. And I try to help that way. What else? I was going to say something and now I don't even remember what I was going to say. So was your question, like, if you're not signing people up or if you're needing people to connect with? Like, if I guess if you're,
well, let's just change directions. Let's just change directions altogether. And let me ask you, and I want a preference in that Jamie definitely does have, oh my gosh, I don't know where that sound's coming from. Jamie definitely does have a pretty big following on social media at this point, because like she said, she's been doing this for 6 years. But somebody coming in that only has 200-300 followers, and that's just from natural organic growth over the years, people that they've maybe friended or just have been friends with now for a while or whatever. When they're not getting customers, what do you tell those people aside from, growing their network? Like, what are some tips and tricks that you give them to kind of help them confidently kind of pursue growing?
I think that something too that I've found is that, well, and I feel like this is going to go kind of against what was talked about the other day again with Twin and Giselle, which, because I'm saying this because they like pumped me up the other day. It was like seriously such a good live. I loved it. But one thing that they said the other day was they try to skip over giving people minis. But I've also found, and I agree, I think if you can get people to like order without trying a mini, then that's great.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
But I think that minis really help people because, you know, $150 to some people it is a lot. But once they try it, then they realize that it's, you know, it's absolutely worth it. So, you know, sometimes I'll ask people, okay, when's the last time that you tried to give somebody a mini experience? Because there's a lot of people on my team that were promoter or are promoters or are customers that got a mini first. And so I do believe that that helps. But I know some people are really good at just getting people to jump in to go ahead and order it, and that's great. I think if you're struggling to get people also, I mean,
Hey, James, I'm sorry.
yeah,
Can I say something about what you said?
yeah,
Because
I don't even know.
No,
Where-
about what you just said. Like,
Yeah.
I validate, not that you need my validation, but I back you up on what you just said. And yes, minis are huge, huge, huge. And I wanted to just say that I think it was more that we were wanting to say that people come in with such a lower standard and mindset than they think that they have. So where somebody like $25 seems so much more, or just like instant cash, than believing in yourself that you have what everybody needs. And so that's where it's not, because I have to get better at experiences. I know I do, but I totally agree with what you're teaching right now, is that yes, minis are huge. I just feel like if you just start a conversation out with the minis, without somebody even asking, you're already prefacing that you believe that that is all that they can afford, when that's not really how it could be. And you could say, oh my goodness, save your $30. I'd love to give you $30. And then that's $60 off of an order, you know? So I didn't want you to think that we were going, like, we think totally how you do. I'm just saying that, like, if more people believed in the fact that, yes, you can get a customer, it doesn't only need to be the experience, that, you know, we go further. So just make believe I'm not here. I just wanted to say that. I love you.
Oh, no. You're totally right. I definitely agree with that too. I mean, like when I'm talking to people too, I will try to get them to order first, but you know, some people won't.
Yeah, I don't. Amanda actually just commented and said, I don't bring up minis unless they do. I'm the same way. I go straight for signing up as a customer or signing up as a promoter right off the bat. And then if it's like, you know, if they ask me, well, can I just try it first or whatever, that's when I talk to them about minis, unless it's a post about minis or whatever and they're referring to that. But otherwise, and even, and here's a trick too, guys. When I make those mini experiences posts, I will tell them about the mini experiences, but I will, when I message them, like when I go in their inbox, I will always offer them, like if I have extra credits or something like that, I will always offer them if they get their order placed by X amount of date. Like normally it's a Friday. If you get your order in by Friday, you know, like say they're saying, oh, I'm probably going to get a mini on Friday. I know that they're probably going to be getting paid on Friday. I can say, you know, well, listen, if you decide that you want to save that $25, I can give you $25 off, and you can get this if you get it ordered by Friday. So I want you guys to know that you can take one of those mini posts and kind of like sway it the other direction, because here's the thing. When they try it for 3 days, they're going to be wanting to order. Okay. They're going to want to be ordering, but they're not going to want to go those days without having it. So you can tell them, listen, I know, and this is where that confidence that Giselle and JB were just talking about comes in, is that when you, I don't know who's not muted. I'm sorry, guys. I cannot even function when there's like sound, like at all, obviously, because I'm like totally distracted here. Okay. I
Confidence. This is
confidence. Yes. Sorry. I know I'm confident in the product. I'm confident in signing somebody up as a promoter with an upgrade kit. So I have no problem saying, listen, these are your options for an upgrade kit. There's a 200, 400, and 800 kit. I don't even talk about the $100 kit. Why? Because I don't want them to get that. And because it is, in my eyes, they're not getting the DFT. So I don't even bring that up with them. Now, if it comes down to it and they're like, I can't, do this, or I don't have the money for that or whatever, I say, let's get some minis pre-sold. I don't ever talk about pre-selling minis whenever I do this. You guys, this is on a whole different topic, but Jamie, I hope you don't care that I'm going to talk about this. Jamie kind of said this at the beginning. She said about people if they don't have the product. And I just want to be very clear on this. If you don't have the product, you're not going to be passionate about the product. If you've never bought an upgrade, you're not going to be passionate about why somebody needs to buy an upgrade. So what do I want to do when somebody gets started with me? If I sign a free promoter, guys, I automatically, very first thing that I tell them, if they want to work this business, if they want me to pour my time into them to teach them to work this business, we need to get started on making posts to get some minis sold, okay? Because I want them to be able to order an upgrade kit. If I sign a free promoter and they have never tried the product and they show me that they are working towards pre-selling their minis, I will send them a mini. But they've got to be working, meaning they're signing up free customers. They're trying to get new customers under them. They're trying to get, whatever, because I want them to experience what the product is like. Do I send free product to new promoters that sign up for free? No. Only if they work, only if they're showing up on trainings, only if they're showing up on like a Zoom or something like this. They're hungry, they're posting, they're talking, they're asking questions, then yes. If they're not, then no. But again, I don't sign free promoters unless I know they're going to want to work the business. So I definitely, and like I said, even if they say they're going to work the business, but then they never do, then they don't get added to stuff, right? So it's important. Here's the thing. If you don't have very many people VIPing on your team, you have to ask yourself, why are people not VIPing? Are people not buying upgrade kits when they come in? Normally, it's the upgrade kits that people aren't getting to qualify for their VIP. They probably get the customers, but they're struggling to be able to get the upgrade kits, right? And you have to ask yourself, why? Because if you are not being aggressive with it, most of the time, you're not going to sell minis if people don't know what minis do for them. If you say, holy crap, who needs extra energy or something, you might get some responses. If you throw out a testimony and you show some result photos and you put this out and you say, listen, I've got three samples of this that I'm going to be sending out this week. Who wants them? Who wants to give this a try to see what this is all about? Right? And then you get some messages or whatever, and you talk to those people and you're pre-selling. You say, listen, I'm going to be sending out 3 of these. They're $25. Do you want one? If not, I need to keep it out there for the next person. So I want to get them all mailed out at the same time. They don't need to know that you're waiting until you're getting your pay. Okay. You need to say, I'm going to be placing the order on Friday. If you want this, you need to send this money to me. Okay. And I will mail it out. You don't need to tell them that you're waiting on their money so that you can order your upgrade kit. You don't need to include all of that information. All right, guys, you're building a business here. There's some things that you don't need to say out loud, and you're trying to build it in a smart way. So one of the first things I'd tell you is that make sure every single promoter that comes in with you that actually wants to work this business learns how to pre-sell their upgrade kit if they don't have the money to order it. I had only ordered the $200 upgrade whenever I got started because Jamie Pecca had to use my debit card, long story, and I didn't have enough money on it in order for me to be able to get the $400 upgrade too. But you know, I ended up selling every single one of the minis that would have been in that $200 upgrade before 24 hours was up. I had to order another $400 upgrade kit. So I want to encourage you guys to understand that the more aggressive that you come out, and your new promoters come out with excitement and sharing and talking about it and why they're pumped up to do it, the more of a momentum that they're going to create. If you go and you look at every single person that has gone VIP 800, VIP 1600, oftentimes the one common thing that you will find is that they've tried the product. They've either been a customer of the product, they've had a lot to share with it, they've been excited about it, and they just came out of the gates and they were talking about it nonstop. For one thing, is it normal for somebody to get started and they kind of throw up and talk about it all the time? Yes, guys, it's normal. But as time goes on, you don't want to throw up like that every day, because you're going to probably end up blocked or unfollowed by a lot of people if all you're ever posting is thrive, 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 thrive. With that said, sometimes there's like lots of promotions happening, and you know, the moment that you just came out with this really awesome post, the company comes out with a special and you're like, dang it, now I got to make another post, and it's all back to back and so forth. But if you notice, the people that have the most interaction on their pages, and the most people asking them questions, are oftentimes the people that also are kind of interacting back and forth with people. Just a couple little tips I'm going to give you guys to help increase that interaction. Anytime, and I did a live video challenge, and I don't think I posted on Pacesetters, but I'm going to I'll copy and paste it and change it up a little bit. I'm doing a live video challenge for the next 10 days. And I can tell you guys, I'm excited because it doesn't have to be anything in particular. But anyways, here's how you want to boost your live engagement. So if you do a live, on the day that you do your live, you want to go and comment on every single person that comments, whether they say hi, whether they say whatever. You want to go through and you want to comment on each and every single one of those. On day 2, the day after you do your live, you want to go down through and you want to like each one of those each one of those people's comments. Okay, that's going to boost your engagement a couple times and raise that to the top. Next thing is, anytime you do a post and you see that you have a lot of comments or whatever happening, go through and reply to each one of those. You ever see those people that whenever Aubrey is really good about doing this, I always see Aubrey doing this. Anytime like somebody tells her congratulations or whatever, whenever she's, you know, reached something, she goes down through and it's like, thank you so much, you know, thank you so much. It might be thank you so much to like everybody, but it boosts that all the way up, and that increases so much, right? Okay, so live videos, posting interactive different stuff, asking people's opinions, sharing you. Guys, if people don't know who you are, definitely do that. Also, another thing, and I want everybody to go, Jamie, I'm so sorry, I'm going to point to Jamie. I want everybody to go to Jamie's profile and look at her page. Don't friend her or follow her, or don't like, everybody don't friend her or anything like that. But what I want you to notice about something, when you go to her page, it's very clean. It's very clean. It's just a picture of her. She's got a pretty background. That's actually her yard. Isn't it gorgeous? Her backyard with the pond. It's so beautiful. I'm definitely going to have to go visit. Beautiful picture of her. Her title's super cute. She does mention she's an entrepreneur and a VIP with Lavelle, but something else too, that she took the time, and you have to take the time to do this, and it actually inspired me, and I'm going to be changing my pictures tomorrow, even though mine aren't bad, but I want you to look and see how pretty her pictures are. Like, this is her, you know how you have those highlighted pictures at the top of your page? If you go to your own personal profile, some of you guys never even gone to your own personal profile to see this. If you go to your own personal profile, you'll see these highlights, and you can add up to like 5 or 6 pictures or something. Isn't that pretty? It just looks pretty, right? Looks super pretty. Looks super nice. And then, you know, when you scroll down, oh, there's Amanda Campos. I was like, oh, there's Amanda. I'm just scrolling down Tammy's page. But I want you guys to realize that because you're running a business, like when people go, you want to make sure that you can see your face clearly. that you have a nice picture as your profile picture. You have something in the back, you know, you have a background photo. You know, one of the ones I really like now, I like the ones that are motion, that are like the 360 pictures. They're super pretty. Jamie, you should do that with your backyard. You should get one of those so that when people look at your page, they're like, ooh, that's pretty, you know, because it moves when you move. But anyway, seriously. But also, there was something else I was going into with this. And there was totally something else I had to tell you guys. Oh, how many people we got on here? 136. Okay. So I'm not going to play around. This is where some red's going to come out, and Jamie's probably going to have, Jamie's probably going to say something too with me on this level. I've talked about this briefly, but I'm going to talk about it now. So here's the deal. You guys can always tell whenever I'm picking up the red and I have to say something that I'm not very comfortable talking about because I beat around the bush. So I have seen this epidemic of making me want to throw up because I see people throwing away their opportunity. Why do I see that? Because I see them promoting and advertising other businesses. I'm not talking about your friend sells this, so you bought it and you're sharing it and you're telling them and referring them to your friends. I do that all the time. I share my friends' posts or share my friends' products that I bought from them, I'm talking about if you are a promoter in another business, you cannot post on Facebook and post your Lavelle business. Okay? You cannot do it. It is considered cross-recruiting if you sign even one person that is within your team, like, or on a sideline or anything, you sign one person. Do not complain about your business not doing well if you have your foot in another business. It's not right. And it's not fair to the person that you're complaining to because you're not working. I have never, I know that I'm probably going to piss people off by saying this, but I'm going to be honest with you guys and tell you that you will never grow a successful, long-lasting business working multiple businesses. You want another stream of income? Go buy a boutique or do something like that. Don't do MLM against MLM against MLM or CDM or whatever it is. And I'm just going to be honest with you that it's one of those things that I hate addressing and I hate talking about it because I know that I normally will upset people and make them mad, but I'm just going to be honest. You're not going to grow your Lavelle business while you're posting about something else. You might grow slowly, but you guys, you have to understand that people are going to start feeling like all you're trying to do is sell to them. How can every opportunity be the best opportunity? Okay. And by golly, I'm not sitting here telling you that Lavelle is your home if it is not your home. If you don't love the products, if you don't love the opportunity, like the opportunity we have, if you don't love the people, then I'm going to love you regardless if you're here or not. But it's not fair to your team, your sidelines, your downlines, if you are sitting over here working another business and then coming back and saying, oh, I haven't worked for a week here with Lavelle. Why is my checks down? Why am I not signing anybody? Why am I not signing any customers? You guys, that's why, because people aren't going to take you serious. It's a planning and harvesting. That's something that Sarah said today on the live with Giselle. You know, if you're not planning, you're harvesting. If you're not harvesting, you have to say, was I planting? Was I planting? And so I hate to even bring up the whole thing when it comes to dipping your foot in other things, because here's the deal, guys. I have been there. I have been there where I was freaking struggling my ass off. Okay. Like, you know what? I went and got a job. I had to. And I still was struggling. I went and worked extra hours because I had to. Like, my business wasn't doing the greatest, you know, at the time. and I had to do what I had to do. But it's not like, I don't know. It's just something that I know is a touchy topic. And if you're struggling right now, then I want you to dig within yourself and ask yourself, like, am I being smart by advertising another business on my team, like for my team to see? Because if you want to see the biggest stall of your life ever happen in your Lavelle business, if your Lavelle business is your number one, the biggest stall for your business will to get your team sidetracked onto something else because they're questioning, why is she doing this? Maybe I should do that too. And then they're kind of half in, half out. It will legit cripple your team. Okay. So I just, and like I said, if here is not where you need to be, by golly, I will wish you well. Just keep integrity. Okay. Keep integrity. If people follow you, they follow you. Okay. That's all I have to say about that. I see people that say they want this and say they need this business, and then they don't put in the actions, or they're looking elsewhere constantly. And there's always going to be something, guys, that pops up that's new, that looks exciting, that other people are joining. It looks like on the outside everything's peachy. I'm going to tell you right now, guys, it's social media. Of course things look wonderful. All right? Of course things look peachy. I mean, unless you're looking at my page, because I legit just put it all out there. If I'm having a bad day, you pretty much know it. If my back hurts, you pretty much know it. If I'm pissed off, you'll normally see my post till I delete it. I mean, truly, I don't know that I actually have a filter. I'm much more reserved now. If you guys only saw on this day post of all the locked posts that I have privately just to me, you probably see me totally, completely different, calling people assholes and things. But the reality of it is that not everything is perfect. Am I going to post that my husband and I had a fight today? No, I'm not. Okay. I'm not going to post that. So it definitely does look misconstrued sometimes. But do I share my struggles with my daughter, with her schooling and her ADHD, or things about anxiety or my personal depression, going through things like, with my dad? Absolutely. Because I want people to understand that, like, I'm a real person and I have real feelings, and life sucks sometimes. Okay. And so we want to always keep it like real, but we don't want to be Debbie Downers and bitch and complain about things we can't change either. So just, yeah. Anyways, I don't even know how I went into that. Does anybody want to help me out how I went into that off of the topic of? Oh yeah, because I was talking about all this money. I see people posting income claims and stuff like that. You guys, that's a totally strategic thing that people in businesses do. Come on now. How many of you all have posted about your damn check? All of us. Okay, probably all of us. So, I mean, that's just a marketing strategy, and things are always going to look shiny and new and great and wonderful. But it's not a good idea to, and it is against compliance to market two MLMs on the same platform. So I have had people that are doing other businesses, and what they do is they do it on a completely different platform, and they've had the okay from compliance if it's non-competing. So if that's the case, then just know that don't come to me and complain about your check, because I'm going to tell you that the reason why your check sucks is because you're like dividing your attention between two different things. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there too.
I just want to say though, like, I felt like you got nervous to talk about it because I feel like, you feel like maybe you're going to piss somebody off or something, but
here's the red. Here's the red, guys.
Yeah, it's so true. And it drives me nuts too, because let's be honest, we're all freaking busy. We all have so much going on in our lives. Like, how do you think that you're going to make two businesses work? Especially if like you're still struggling to make one work. Why is your answer to join another one? Like, I don't get that. So, I mean, I could go on forever about that, but you already talked about it. So I don't need to go on forever about it. But yeah, I feel like the answer is never to join to MLM businesses, because it is tricky enough to get one going. It takes enough effort and time and energy and connecting with people. And like you said, you made a good point when, how is every opportunity the very best one? So I don't know. I don't get it either.
Yeah. And I mean, and like I said, guys, I mean, the reality of it is that this isn't going to be for everyone. It's not. And I mean, I have friends that kill it in other companies, and that's where they're happy at. I don't try to recruit them or anything like that. And I'm totally like normally a customer for some of them, not all of them, but some of them I am. And the thing is that it just, I don't know, like when somebody asks me why I'm with Le-Vel, it's simple to me. It's the products, it's the people, it's literally what I have seen with the comp plan, ridiculously the most incredible thing. And I think they're the most generous company I've ever seen with coming out with different promos all the time for customers and promoters, and the VIP bonuses not being something that's temporary, but something that is an ongoing thing. I know a lot of us had came from a different company where, there might be like a bonus that was $500 or something like that you could earn in your first 3 months or 2 months or whatever. And then after that, it was gone. Right. So the fact that people can come in and they can kind of do that $500 bonus twice in their first 2 weeks or 3 weeks, if you're outside the US, that's a huge thing. And the fact that somebody could come in that has a negative bank account and they never even bought an upgrade kit, and all they did was work their ass off, and they got customers and they got promoters and they could earn those bonuses. That tells me we have something very, very special here. And it's a very rare feat. And then to turn around and I'll just tell you guys, I'm really good to my customers, my personal customers, like really above and beyond. And that's honestly like something I pride myself on with somebody that orders from me. If they're not happy, and say they accidentally forgot, like I had a girl that messaged me, she's been going through some financial struggles. She's one of my customers, but she's one of my best customers. And she was like, oh my gosh, my fiance accidentally ran his auto ship. You know what, you guys, she's referred a shit ton of people to me, like a ton. And she posts about these products every single day. I said, you know what, hun, don't even worry about it. Keep those products. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send you the amount. Now, I realize not everybody can do that, but in a situation where you maybe have somebody that is a really, really good customer, always reach out and talk and try to figure out a solution instead of just, trying to handle it on your own. If you like, they're mad or they're upset or they're like just frustrated or confused with, you have to realize that sometimes things happen and people forget things, and they're going to freak out, guys, if their bank account is now negative because something ran that they forgot to turn off. Right. So you want to try to make those things like as right and smooth things over as easy as possible. Granted, is it their fault? Probably. But work with them if they're a good customer. I'm not talking about somebody that just is like a jerk and they're yelling at you. If they message me and they're yelling at me because the Thrive ran and and just placing blame, you better believe I'm not going to be so kind. But if they're one of my really good customers and they're freaking like worried and they're like, oh my God, like I can't pay my bill now because it was supposed to come out today and this came out instead, then I'm going to work with them. I want to make them happy. I want to make them, smooth over or whatever. Right. See, Ashley just said, I had a customer that forgot to change her auto ship because it ran. She didn't have gas money. I sent her gas money via PayPal. And I know, like I said, not everybody's going to have that extra money laying around or anything like that, but you just kind of work out what you can do and how you can help them. I'm not talking about somebody that's just like hateful. So yeah, this is after 10 o'clock. I didn't realize that this was going to go on and on. I do want to open this up. Oh, I love it. I surprised them with credits randomly. Amanda, you do that often, don't you? You do that often. Go unmute yourself for a second. Oh,
Hi, everybody. Oh,
Go for it.
Am I talking? Okay.
Yeah.
So, hi. Yeah, I like to surprise my customers, like especially at the end of the month. Like if I look at my credits at the end of the month and I still have credits left over, it doesn't matter if it's $10. I will literally pick random customers who haven't ordered this month and say, hey, I'm picking up your shipping if you want to order this month. Or for Christmas, I sent credits like for November and December because it is slowing down or whatever. I save my credits. Like I kind of like, I don't know how to say it, but like I save them and use them sparingly. So of course I try to get new customers, but you always got to remember those. I went 2 months with signing no new customers and had over 1,000 in PV from previous customers because I said, hey, thank you so much for ordering. If you plan on ordering this month, let me know. I got you shipping. $10, $15 in credits. When we're getting over $200 in credits every month, think about that. That's 20 orders. That's 20 orders that I can get from people who already love the product. That job is already done. You already did the hard part. You got them to order the first time. Getting people to order the second time, that's easy. And sometimes that $15 makes or breaks it. Like I literally had one customer who like said, I hate ordering because I hate paying for shipping. Don't worry, boo, I got you. $15. What's your next excuse? Because now you're going to order because I'm paying for your shipping.
Mm-hmm.
It's really that simple. Like, so don't get discouraged. Like when you have your customers, like Amanda said, love on them. I send them thank you cards. I send them free samples of anything new that comes out when I can. It doesn't have to be, I mean, I have 100 customers and I send 100 Pro bars at one time, but I am going to send out 5. I am going to send out 5 things to activate. I am going to send out 5 things to form. And I just pick different customers. So it could be one customer this time, one customer that time. I literally just go down my list. And even the free customers who haven't ordered yet, hey, I can pay for your shipping. You know, look at the end of the month when you feel like you've hit every wall that you got, every like, you know, nobody's ordering, nobody's answering me back. Offer somebody something free, they'll answer you back.
Yep. I love that. Thanks, Amanda.
No problem.
Yeah, Aubrey just said too, one customer well taken care of could be more valuable than 10,000 worth of advertisement. And I want you guys to really think about that. Are you more likely to buy something from an advertisement you see or from your best friend that is sharing it with you? Really? Which one are you more likely to buy? You know, and I think that that's such a critical thing there. So I'm trying to look back through. I'm going to stop the recording now, but I'm going to go back through these questions and answer them. I'm just not going to, that way the recording's not any longer than it already is because that's pretty long.